So right now I am priming my face with the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer, and I'm just massaging it in. There you go. And I just got my eyebrow pencil that I got off of Amazon, and I'm just shaping up my eyebrows. I start from the bottom, and as we make little hairs throughout, and I just sped up the video, but I take my time making little hairs. And if you make any mistakes, you can always fix it with some concealer or with a brush. And I like to use dark brown for my eyebrows. I know some people use black, but I like to use dark brown. All right. Now we're going to use this brush with the JUVIAS Place 10 concealer. We're going to edge out those eyebrows, make them sharp. There we go. Any mistakes that you made, they disappear just like that. And then you use the excess concealer on the rest of your lid, because we're not wasting nothing around here. Now I just like to ease it down my eyelids and try to make it as sharp as possible. Now I'm using the Maybelline eraser, and this one is a little bit lighter, just for the simple fact that I will be putting eyeshadow, and I like to use lighter concealers to make my eyelids pop. I use a regular foundation brush to just buff it out. And we're using the Chocolates by JUVIAS and the Warrior Palette by JUVIAS Place. We're using that lighter brown as a transitional color. You're going to put it at the top of the lid where the crease is. And you just tap, tap, tap. Tap it in. Tap, 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 tap it in. Do it until you are satisfied. Now we're going in with a little bit darker brown, because this is an ombre brown eye. Look, and it's kind of like a tapping brush. And now we're going with the even darker brown, the bottom of the eyelid, closer to your lashes. And we're tap, tap, tapping it in. Tap it in and then smooth it out, because when we try to do the ombre look, we try to make sure that the look is seamless, like it's not sharp where you can see the beginning of one color and the end. We want it to all just blend. And then you just kind of brush it upwards so it can like transition a little better. I'm going back in with that medium brown so it can be like a smoother transition between the dark brown. And don't be afraid to make a little mess, you can always fix it with concealer. Smoothing it out so it can be a seamless transition. Now we're using the e.l.f. and the JUVIAS Place for under the eyes for the concealer. I like to start with the inner corners with the lighter concealer and the outer corners with the same concealer that I used under my brows. I use same color that I used under my brows for my T-zone, my Cupid's bow, and on my chin. Now I'm pointing out the areas where I'm going to place foundation. Now for the contouring, we're going on the sides of our nose and the top of our foreheads. And don't be afraid to get some in like that crease above your eye because it's all going to get blended in. Okay. So we're putting the foundation on these areas that I'm pointing out. And I just place it on with the tips of my finger. Use a little spray so we can make sure all that product can move smoothly. And I love to use different brushes for different products on my face. So right now I'm using the contour brush for the contour areas. Now I'm using a foundation brush for my concealer. All the places that I put concealer, I'm using that specific brush for it. And we're tapping everything in. I know it's a little tedious, but yes, be patient. Am I the only one that makes these crazy faces when you're doing makeup? Don't judge. Lift it up. And we're brushing upwards so we make our faces look younger. We don't want to drag it down. You know, gravity is already doing that for us. So we're trying to lift it up. And don't worry about the little sharp areas. We're going to go back in with the powder so it can blend seamlessly. And we're, once again, use different brushes for different products. So if you're using a brush for concealer, use that brush solely for concealer. I'm telling you to lift it up. This brush for my foundation, it just makes everything so seamless. I call it the horse brush because that's what it kind of looks like, but you can definitely get it off of Amazon for the low. And always brush up so you can have a more youthful looking face. And you see how we're just trying to blend that in. You just gotta tap it in. Now we're doing the nose. Use a smaller brush if you can. It helps for those narrow areas. Get that jawline. Using that lighter concealer, going back in there because I want a lighter under eye look with that lighter concealer. I like a light under eye. And I tap everything in. Everything is getting tapped in. And if you're not satisfied with how something looks, just go back in. Don't be afraid to go back in and add a little bit more. And for you guys who think that makeup is very intimidating, you just have to keep practicing at it, but just be patient. Trust the process. Don't be afraid of this finishing spray. And I was trying this new trick with the Beauty Blender. Now we're using the setting powder, and I like using a brush to tap it in and remove the excess by tapping it off. And get those areas that you put the concealer. And I go in with the bronzing powder just to get all those sharp areas and try to make it blend a little bit better. You see how it's looking kind of weird? We're going to get rid of that. And we're blending it in. So we're brushing off the excess of the setting powder And we're lining our lips with some brown, dark brown lip liner. And just use the concealer and use it as a lipstick because I can never find the perfect nude. So that's a little hack right there. You can use one of your concealers as a nude lip. And I just love highlighter, so I'm always cheesing when I'm putting it on. Time to put the lashes on, but beforehand I just wanted to go back under my eye and add a little extra oomph to it, a little bit more setting powder. And don't worry about looking ashy. We're gonna spray our face one more time. And just spray with the setting spray, and then fan it out. Okay, back to the lashes. Listen, don't make fun of me that I'm using my rat tail comb to put my lashes on, put the glue on, but gotta make it do what it do, baby. Okay, and don't be afraid of all that excess glue, especially if you have the white one. It's gonna dry clear, so just give it a while. But put that hair down, girl, and you're looking cute. And I'm changing the lighting. See, with bright light, regular light, and we're out. Gorgeous. Thank you for watching.